Oh yeah, not carnage, just work. Okay, I had to back away from the CNC mill. It was just too time consuming. It was driving me crazy to get things done. So, I grew up on a farm, and we just you just go back to what you know. Yeah. And with that, as you know, we're trying to build this chassis with a gear for Puff and Chuff. And we have 3 more engines here. This was a prototype built. I did a hole and then I had someone put axles in for me. It's not usable. It's just a prototype. Okay. So for some time now, we've had this one, which needed bearings, and this is the brass button one, and that's Leon's engine. And I just put the smoke on to show you how the smoke's going to go on all of them. Okay. This one is Rodney's chassis, and he's been drilled. Okay, he has enough room for the gear, and the bushings that came off of this within this engine are very, very good. These ones we hear were very, very bad. I had to do something. So I really don't want to go ball bearings in here. And once I got to prove it. And second, this chassis is pretty good. So I don't think it's necessary. All right. If I did anything, I would just do the drive wheel, maybe. And this one is for Gil. And I did the same amount of grinding and hacking and carrying on. As you can see, the holes are pretty good, really good. And this is a test fit, so we can make sure, what we want to make sure is we don't have any binding anywhere, and the gear turns, and it does. And if there is, I would go down there, and that would be a filing kind of a thing, a tune-up. Not, we're done with all the massive, get the material out of the way. As you can see, this one came out a little oversized. These are coming in a lot neater, put it that way. And it's all part of practice, I think. This one is a little tight. This one's a little big. So third time's a charm, right? And you start honing your skill, understanding your dimensions, marking it properly, and not going nuts with the drill. So these all look great. They're going to run great. And I have to assemble their components. I have them all printed. I just have to assemble them and get started putting the wheels and axles back together. I have all those parts here and there. I want to clean the axles and make sure the teeth are in good shape, find a good armature. This was just a test fit piece here for me to see how it looks. And I did have, well, it must have fallen out again. Yeah, there it is. There is a ball bearing that I'm going to put in for the armature. And if the gods are with me, I'll put a ball bearing into the brush holder too. So you'll see the armature, the motor will spin very freely, and all of the other stuff will be, with these engines are going to be really good condition, good shape. So did a little cleaning after I got done. It was kind of messy. And I'm feeling better than I did yesterday and the day before, because I now have 3 of the 4 engines. Now the 4th engine that I am building is very similar to the brass button. I don't think this is not it. And obviously it's not it because it's broken. It might be though. This might be a broken chassis. But in any case, it's going to be something this weird, because it's going to be a pre-war O-gauge for Tim. And the grinding on that, as you can see, is going to be much more delicately done. I may just drill some holes and then start filing with my hand files, because you don't really want to tear up a guy's pre-war engine. But the point was, if you look at them, and here's the part I'm going to be grinding out, right? Look. So there it is. It's pretty much identical. Now for some reason he's got a lot of gear support up there, but I'm not sure why. But I'll do the ball bearings. I'll do the whole thing, and we'll see. I'll make sure I don't need to do that because I got to have that gear on there. I got to get the smoke gear on there. It'll be all right. We'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure we can. I got all these parts somewhere. This is one that came broken. I told him I'd take it broke because I could still learn from it, and I did. You see, I have an attachment point here I have to worry about. I won't be able to cut that. Won't be able to cut that attachment point away because there's a pickup gizmo that goes along here. One thing that does concern me is these walls are so thin, but I'll just have to take it easy, and maybe I'll put something inside them. Maybe I'll print something that's really dense and glue it in as a reinforcement. But I'm pretty sure, put it that way, pretty sure. Worst thing is I have to print one of these in 3D, the whole damn chassis, which isn't the first time. We've done that before. I'll show you those someday. But good progress. This engine was done. I finished 2 more engines today. One was roughed out, but I did the final fitment and the final cutting, and the other one I did from scratch. I just drilled it, ground it, filed it, got the finish fit, and I tested all these parts on this one, and they fit great. Gear works great, so this is good to go. We did some thinking on this baby, and pardon me, oh, allergies, I think we were out today. Oh yeah, Margaret had a nail in her tire. This was the latest idea I got from Robert, but I don't have any of those parts, but I did read through it. And so I've got some ideas. Maybe there's a way I can modify the circuit that I have and do a test on it and see if there's a way we can improve this thing. So brain's still working on that, but I had to get my hands dirty. I had to get some chips flying here. And this baby, it works, but it's all brand new to me. It's DIY, you know, so it will work, but it's going to take a lot of babysitting. I mean, think about it. My 3D printer, I've had it for, oh my God, 6-7 years. So long time, a lot of work. You learn what works and doesn't. And so same thing here. I've machined 2 parts on it, and so I think I'm going to go back to foam until I get it ironed out. That's what I'm going to have to do. Any case, we got some circuit thinking going on, and we did some testing on that. We learned some things, and we got 3 engines ready to move forward. Hard part now, not hard part, but you know, putting the axles in and getting the wheels timed is always a little tricky. But you just do it. Okay. Progress. Finally moving something. We're moving the ball down the line. I'd say we got a 8-yard running gain, I would say. Something like that. It's not a 20-yard pass, but you know, we're making it. Okay. Later, folks. Hang in there. It's going to get better. Has to. Couldn't go further back, could we? Nah. All right. Bye.